rocks and rills, the woods and inspired immortal verses and legends that will live. Rocky Mountain National Park in Colorado reaches lofty heights, and no group excels the company of snow-capped veterans of all the ages which stand at everlasting parade. Bear Lake, with massive Long's Peak in the background, is the starting point for the trail that leads to the crest of the mountains. Though even Western horse can only climb so far, the riders must dismount to reach the summit. Over the towering Cascade Falls flow the waters constantly fed by the melting snows of Taylor Peak to seek the lush meadows in this scenic wonderland. Largest and oldest of lower Yellowstone Falls, nearly twice as high as Niagara. Then there is the upper Yellowstone Falls, plunging over rugged boulders 132 feet in height. Practically the entire region is volcanic in origin, with vastly interesting evidence that gigantic forces here held sway. Yellowstone's geysers and boiling springs are celebrated the world over. Altogether, there are about 3,000 with a great variety of interest. Old Faithful, best known of all these phenomena, spouts at regular intervals. The greatest geyser quietly begins its eruption and soon gathers the immense power to send aloft a towering column of boiling water. In southern Oregon, on the crest of the Cascade Range, Crater Lake has a high place among the nation's most scenic wonderlands. It lies in the heart of a mighty mountain whose volcanic destruction reduced its altitude from about 15,000 to 8,000 feet, resulting in the formation of a vast crater in which the waters accumulated. Geologists declare that toward the end of the giant explosion, minor eruptions produced Wizard Island. The great Pacific Northwest provides a wonderland of sharp contrasts, beginning with the rugged shores washed by the swells of the Pacific Ocean. Thousands of seals are to be seen all along the coast of Oregon. The Indian word Oregon means River of the West, for here is the famous Columbia River. During the salmon spawning season, schools of fish journey up the river, leaping barriers and even attempting to jump impossible heights. Some fishermen wade right in after them and get a fat morsel with the greatest of ease. Farther up the great river lies a scenic wonderland reached by the Columbia River Highway. Here, easily accessible today, is a region of natural beauty almost impossible to visit 50 years ago. For almost the entire 1,400 miles of its length, the Columbia River is one of the nation's greatest scenic attractions. Bryce Canyon, a great horseshoe-shaped bowl in southern Utah, is renowned for weird rock formations like nightmares of nature. It is as if some giant hand deliberately fashioned archways, fantastic designs, monuments for forgotten gods, and then turned many of them upside down or smashed them. But though some figures in stone rise erect like images, they resemble almost anything: men, animals, church-like spires. Here is unfolded the dramatic story of 1,000,000 years. Arizona's Grand Canyon of the Colorado is another and even greater story of erosion. 12 miles wide and a mile deep, here millions of years of the Earth's history is laid bare. Only this type of boat can negotiate some of the treacherous rapids. One of the world's greatest natural wonders, Grand Canyon must be seen from the plateau to grasp its profound depth, its vast width, the perspective of giant steps in its rocky walls diminishing into the hazy distance. A truly amazing wonderland. California offers many vistas of magnificent beauty, but none more lovely than the Yosemite Valley. From Sentinel Bridge, the inspiring area seems dominated by Half Dome Peak. The whole grand sweep of the valley is seen from the Wawona Road Tunnel, with El Capitan on the left. From this same road can be seen in the distance Cathedral Rocks and the famed Bridal Veil Falls. The valley is surrounded by cliffs and pinnacles towering 3,000 to 5,000 feet above, with Sentinel Rock guarding the far end. The Merced River's clear waters mirror the scene. The thundering waters of Yosemite Falls plunge over 2,000 feet from the canyon brim with a roar heard throughout the valley. Close to Yosemite are the giant sequoias, oldest of living things, and once seen, never forgotten. Pictures of this tree have been used in almost every American geography book. It is 27 feet in diameter at least, over 200 feet high. These great trees once grew in many parts of the world, but only in one isolated Californian grove can be found these sole survivors of another age. Off to the west, the broad Pacific washes the shores of another scenic wonderland, the Monterey Peninsula, popular year-round playground of Californians. Midway Point is a famous landmark on the coastal highway connecting San Francisco with the south. The gnarled and weird formations of windswept cypress trees give this spot its name, Ghost Tree Point, the most frequently photographed area of California. It is an area of magnificent views of the Pacific from the high rocky cliffs above. Off Cypress Point, a barren rocky island is another favorite haven of thousands of seals. Bird Rock is also popular with the seals, but this doesn't discourage thousands of cormorants and pelicans from flocking here to mate and nest and rear their young, undisturbed by man or mammal from the sea. Monterey Peninsula, one of the outstanding scenic spots of America. Mount Rainier, once a 16,000-foot volcano, still towers 11,000 feet, not above sea level, but from its ice-carved base. The slopes have more glaciers than any other American peak. At the top, there is a vast 3-mile crater. Ski enthusiasts enjoy a glacial mantle, totaling more than 40 square miles. The springtime brings a glowing contrast to the ice-covered mountain when millions of daffodils, known in this area as avalanche lilies, cover one of the valleys with a spectacular throughout without seeing all that is unique, and far to the east there still remains the majestic Niagara Falls throughout the world as the most